Okay. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. Oh my goodness. Today, things are getting heated. Transfers are getting heated. Microwave heat right now. Things are really going towards the direction that I expected them to. Players are starting to be linked. Transfer targets are coming in. We know that Bayern are looking at Max Aarons and Sergino Dest. Perisic, according to Fabrizio Di Romano, an offer has been submitted to Inter Milan, 12 million euros. That's a lot of money, plus the 10 million wages that Perisic carries. Bayern Munich are looking to do business. Hansi Flick wants to bring Perisic back into the team. I wouldn't mind that because he increases the chances of winning the Champions League, because no team has won a Champions League without a Croatian player since 2013 when Bayern started the trend with Jordan Shakir. No. Who do we have? Mandzukic. Okay, man, it's absolutely heating up right now. According to a lot of sources, Sky Sports, Bayern are interested in Sergino Dest, who's very interested in joining the club. There was a point where he had Barcelona and Bayern looking at him. No one wants to go to Barca now. I don't think any player that wants to have a good future and a stable future wants to go to Barcelona. I mean, there's always this attraction with playing at Barca because you're playing next to Messi. Now Messi wants to leave. Now people can see it. I bet you a lot of players have changed their minds. Alaba maybe 5 months ago would have been like, I wouldn't mind playing at Barca. But now I'm sure he would not want to play at Barca. No way in hell he wants to do that. So Sergino Dest, a player that a lot of you like, and I don't mind. I think we just need a backup right back. I think let's go to Dest first. He's probably, for me, the most exciting option because Aarons is a little bit in the middle, right? He's not. Why wouldn't they change? Okay, so Dest right there, 19 years old, 4 goals this season. Well, yeah, it was cut short because of this pandemic. So that's something you have with Dest. He's only 19. I thought he was 20 years old. He's actually a year younger than Max Aarons. He's a Ajax product, so you're gonna expect him to be versatile, that total football, able to play left back and right back competently. He can probably be a winger if he wants to be. I mean, a lot of people must have watched him against Hertha Berlin. Well, he had a very good game. Defensively, he had a few moments he was shaky, but it's his offending. It's his offensive play that I think, for me, my goodness, this guy is special when it comes to attacking the ball. When it comes to going forward and carrying the ball, he's something else. I think we need a player like that at that right back position. Someone that just has this joker mentality. I think marketing wise, buying Sergino Dest for Bayern is probably the best idea we could have ever thought of. Because guess what? The marketability in the US is going to be crazy. The shirts are going to sell. Nah, seriously. He's not really American, right? But he does play for the national team. So you're going to get this where, people are going to see he has a US citizenship on FIFA and they're just going to absolutely go crazy. And that's something that we could definitely get from Sergino Dest. And you get that partnership with Alphonso Davies, that North American fullback partnership. That's something that you can market, right? We have Sanabria now. We had Ian Robin and Robbery. And now we could have something else at fullback, right? Both North American fullbacks. That's a huge marketing opportunity. And the fact that Dest is only 19 is something that I think is very marketable for Bayern. Pedri won't be coming here. Well, yes, speaking of Pedri, that's another player Bayern are linked to. So Dest there, 20 years old, 19, 20 million. I think he costs around 20 million. Ajax are looking like they want to sell everything right now. They just sold Van de Beek for 40 million to United. Ajax want to get the business done. And Ajax are really a well-structured club, except we all know they'll sell their best player every single year. They're just a smaller version of Borussia Dortmund. But seriously, with Ajax, you think they'd be held to ransom? That's probably true. They'll probably just capitulate under the pressure of Dest saying he wants to leave. And guess what? They'll get a nice little 20 million from him. I think it's a good option. And then you also have Max Aarons there, right? You have Max Aarons. I don't really care who we get. I don't give a crap. There's people debating. I don't care. As long as we get a backup right back that has the impetus. Well, Aarons, on the other hand, not as, technically gifted, right? Not as technically gifted, but he's just a more all-rounded right back. He's better defensively than Dest. I think he has a lot of pace about him, 5'10", so he can win the headers. He can definitely do that task of being a right back. He loves blocking shots, but offensively, he's also very, very capable. I think he's one of those fullbacks that are just hard-working, want to get the job done, want to be flawless in the game. He wants to pocket people. So Max Aarons there, only 20 years old as well. 2 assists this season. I mean, he's playing for Norwich, who just got relegated. So you're always going to expect a low amount of assist. And that's absolutely amazing. I think with Aarons, you're getting a player that wants to be ambitious. He wants to, and also Sky Sports reported that he wants to join Bayern. Of course, this is it. We won the Champions League. We won the treble. You know, everyone wants to join Bayern. If you don't want to join Bayern, I don't know what you are as a player. You know, no club in the world comes close to us. We have an amazing manager. We look very stable in the next 5 years. You have Leroy Sané coming in. You're looking at Kimmich, Goretzka, and they're all 24, 25, and Gnabry 24, and Sané 24. You're seeing this youthfulness. You're seeing Alphonso Davies at 19. If you're a young player, you want to play at Bayern. That's why Tanguy Kouassi chose us, despite having Leipzig give him an incredible contract offer. But that's on another day. But seriously, that's why players want to join Bayern. So if you're looking at Aarons there, like I said, he's just a more well-rounded option. I mean, I think for me, I'd like to see either. I don't really have a preference, right? I don't have that type of preference. Someone's saying Davies sucks or Des sucks. No, he doesn't. He's actually a very good player. That's why Bayern scouts who have paid millions a year, not millions, you know, but the cumulative of all of them, they're paid thousands a month to make sure we don't buy crap players, you know. I mean, I really read someone said Alphonso Davies was crap and was only fast at the time we bought him. So, you know, I'll take that as criticism, but also I'll take it as a good luck wish to Sergino Dest. But seriously, if we buy any player, I think the most important thing is that I want a young player right back. I think I'm done. No more experience, George. We have enough experience, right? There's people that wanted Thomas Meunier. They wanted him. And I was like, nope, absolutely not. Because what are we getting out of Meunier? What are we gaining from buying him? You're paying his wages. With a young player like Dest or even an Aarons, you're not paying 10 million a year for free, right? Look at Dortmund paying like 150 something K for Thomas Meunier. You're not paying that money for Dest. You're giving him maybe 80K a week. You're not paying too much money. You're sometimes even 50K, because that's a huge boost from Ajax. He's not getting paid too much money, and he's not going to be on those high wages. You can loan him out to gain experience if he doesn't have enough game time, and that's it. And coming into this next season, it's going to be crucial for our backups, because this is going to be a very rotational season. I think Flick will be changing his lineup frequently. We should expect Muller to be rested. No. Muller's never going to be rested. He has enough energy all the time. Yeah, but we should expect rotation. We should expect minutes given to players. We should expect things happening. And because the transfer window is heating up, it's almost like just because it's, you know, a new month, teams want to get deals done. Because look, the Premier League will start, 2 weeks from now? Literally under 2 weeks. So you get a week and a half if you're Man United to complete deals to get players to start playing. And then there's this 14-day quarantine, I think. I don't know if it's the same for all European countries, but there's a lot of things that go into these transfers. So Bayern Munich need to sign a right back by the end of this week. I'm serious. Well, we should know who we're wanting. I should know, okay, Dest is coming in because we need them. So Flick wants them. I don't want no Dodo. I don't want a kid that's 2 years old and they could turn 20 years from now into the next Philipp Lahm. I think we need someone like a Dest or an Aarons, someone that's relatively experienced. Dest is experienced in the Champions League and Europa League, playing games, and that's the most important thing, playing in the Eredivisie, playing for Ajax specifically, because Ajax play like us. They play with the total football mentality. Dest can play every single position. I'd love to see Davies and Dest switch sides. That's something that's beautiful. I mean, you saw Davies' assist versus Barcelona, getting through the entire team. And Kimmich was there. Kimmich wasn't a midfielder. He was a right back. So I want to see that sort of connection with Sergino Dest and Alphonso Davies coming in. So these are things that are looking to happen. Perisic looks to be close. Brozovic liked the post with Bayern. I mean, of course, if I don't care. Brozovic isn't like Lionel Messi, right? So you're not gonna see him just yeah, exactly. That's all I can think about. I don't think he's gonna be like Lionel Messi, where he's a player that's playing at Inter Milan. He's joining Bayern Munich, Champions League winners, champions of Europe. So it's a privilege for him. It's not like we're looking for him and want him. It's not like Sane where we're trying to convince him to join our project. It's none of that. We're signing Brozovic, who won't be a starter for us. He'll be depth. He won't start over Goretzka or Kimmich. It won't happen unless we're playing a 4-3-3. But you won't change your system for one player, especially when they're not the next big thing. And I think it's very important. I mean, look, if you have Brozovic, who's a natural CDM, very defensive, wants to defend, but also incredibly offensive, gets assists and goals, then you can push your fullbacks higher. I think one thing we don't have is, because we play a double pivot, we have defensive balance. We do. The reason why people, you're shaky defense, it's a high line. We play a high line for a reason, to compress the pitch. Rarely do teams find themselves 1v1 versus Neuer, but it happens maybe once or twice a game, so it looks like it's a big issue. But we're scoring 5 goals. Who cares if we have a high line? So it's one of those things where we're getting players. I don't get why Havertz doesn't want to play for Bayern. Maybe he doesn't have a TV. That's true. I mean, I wouldn't understand why a player wouldn't want to join the best team in Europe. I don't understand that. I mean, look, good luck to him at Chelsea. He's only a natural CDM in a slow league. That's true. Well, yeah, the Bundesliga is probably the fastest pressing league in Europe. I mean, you got Sane now, you had Hakimi last season. You're getting players that are, hitting records for speed in the Bundesliga. I think, because it's such a pressing league, that's the reason. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. I do think Brozovic would be a good player, not because I think that's who I want. No, I think if you're going to spend 30 million on Brozovic, why? First of all, you already have experience in the midfield. We don't need a player that's 27 for 30 million. If we're spending maybe 20 million for him, then it makes sense. Yeah, I don't want Brozovic for 30 million. He has to be like 20. Like, I don't want a player, because I'd only think to myself, we could just sign, Mateus, whatever his name is, from Brazil, who plays a little bit like Thiago, for maybe 15 million. We can sign Houssem Owa for maybe a nice little 30 million. You could spend that money much smarter than spending 30 plus million on Brozovic. I don't know. Well, look, you're thinking about natural CDM. Do we need a natural CDM with the way we play? Not really. We don't have a natural CDM. Someone that only likes protecting the back four, like a Casemiro. We don't have that type of big stands in front of the defense to defend. No, we don't have that. And I don't think we need that. The modern game is moving away from that big guy that's slow, a fridge, just stands in front of... No, the modern game is moving away from that. The game's going towards more pressing midfielders, like Kimmich, Goretzka's, midfielders that are proactive, want to get the ball back quickly. And then you don't need a CDM when you have an Upamecano type defender. You have an Alaba that's very agile, The game's moving away from 6'5" and big headers win them. It's moving towards pace, right? That's why Van Dijk works. He has the headers and all these things, but more importantly, he has recovery pace to play in Liverpool's system. And I think because we play such a high line and our system doesn't really require, breaking of play. Like Brozovic plays for Inter, right? So you would think, of course, he would get so many more opportunities to defend, because Inter's whole game is about making sure nothing goes through the midfield. So they have 3 midfielders. So for me, I just think that, if you're going to spend 30 million on Brozovic, that's a dumb signing. I don't care how old and how good he could be, when you could buy someone much closer to Thiago and someone that could turn into the next Thiago per se. Thiago wasn't really Thiago maybe until 4 years ago. He was playing as more of an advanced playmaker, and then over time he dropped deeper and deeper, and that's how he got here. Thiago was an attacking number 8, even a number 10 at Barcelona. He didn't really fit that type of system, Thiago. He never really did, but he molded himself into what he is now. So if you're going to buy a player that could replace Thiago, you have to have a lot of patience. So I don't know. Bayern needs a player like Thiago, which Houssem Oa and not yeah. Look, indisciplined player like Brozovic. I wouldn't mind Brozovic. I'm not saying I don't want him. I'm just saying for 30 million, that's a dumb signing. That I wouldn't be praising the board because it's a stupid signing. How are you selling Thiago for 30 million and then buying Brozovic for 30 million? That's assuming Brozovic and Thiago are on the same level, which in no way in hell they are. Brozovic and Thiago are not on that same level. So you're pretty much just saying, oh, Brozovic, 30 million, okay, you're as good as Thiago. And that's, because if Liverpool paid 30 million, they get Thiago. So we need to get someone that could come into that. Which Brazilian did you mean similar to Thiago? Well, it's just Mateus Haunes. I don't know. I forgot his name. I'll find it. I was watching a lot of... I always do this where I find players that the next R9 so Bayern can get ahead. Because I'm the director of football for Bayern. If I was director of football for Bayern, I would get Sergino Dest, Max Aarons, and Houssem Oa, whoever we need in one day. First of all, I'm not flying anywhere. I'm sitting right here on this chair. I'm calling Lil, telling them I want not Lil. You know what? I'll call Lil and I'll just say hi. Tell Renato Sanchez hi. But then who I'm calling? Leon. I'm calling the president Leon, who I have his number because I built relationships through these meetups and through playing Leon and just I built the connections. Look, hello. Okay, you're good? All right, how's Houssem? Okay, he's doing well? All right, well, tell him Bayern want him. How much money do you want for him? You want 80 million? Well, that's not happening. While I'm speaking to him, I also have Awa on the line. He's on hold because I was just speaking to the president Leon, and I just spoke. Exactly. Houssem, Bayern, yes, champions of Europe. Yeah, that's that's the Bayern I'm talking. Yes, you want to join us? It's been your childhood's dream to join Bayern. Okay. How many years? You want 6? We can't do 6 years. Oh, you want 5 years to be at Bayern, Houssem? Okay. Wow. All right. We need a replacement for Thiago. All right, you're saying 5 years? Okay, who's your agent? It can't be Mino Raiola, Pini Zahivi. We don't need any of those viruses around. Okay, so you're going to be here for 5 years? Okay. All right, cool. I was just talking to President Leon. He wants 80 million. We can't do that. Oh, yeah, President Leon, you're good? Okay, 30 million. I'm wiring it to your bank now. We're getting Houssem. Houssem, get on the plane in Munich. You're doing your medical tomorrow, and then we might find a suitable contract for you. That's how we act. Okay, that took me maybe 5 minutes. Now I have Houssem Owa, right? Hey, yo, who's this? Oh, you were calling me. I think this is the wrong number. Oh, this is the president of Ajax? Oh, no. Oh, my bad. I guess this is Edwin van der Sar, Ajax's director of football. Oh, Edwin, how are you, man? All right, send Sergino Dest on a flight to Munich. We're not paying any I'm just playing. We're paying a 20 million transfer fee. Yeah, you're broke. You need the money. You lost a lot of money in the pandemic. I know, but we can help you out. Send Dest on a plane in Munich. He wants to come. He wants to join us. Wait, Dest, are you sure you want to join us? Okay, he does want to join us. See, I'm doing all this just with the back of my mind, man. The back of my mind. I just did. I did all that with just my brain, and that's what we have to do sometimes. We have to do that. Look, we have to do that. If we at least we sell Thiago, we're still going to make a profit on him. We bought him for. That's not how business works. We made a profit on Thiago when he became one of our top shirt sellers. People think when you spend 100 million on a player, the club just starts. You just get to this level where you lost so much. No, you make that back up in shirt sales. Paul Pogba to United. I bet you United made that money in a matter of 1 year of just having Pogba in their team. You get it through shirt sales, through brand deal. Your brand deals get higher because you have such a high social media following. And you also get more viewers because people want to watch a player like Pogba. So Thiago, we don't make a profit on Thiago now. We've been making a profit on Thiago. Having him in our squad has been a benefit because first of all, we're winning trophies, and that's always the expectation. And then he's selling shirts, and that's always going to be another big thing. He has a huge fan base personally. There's people that are personally they like Thiago. So they're going to buy anything Thiago puts out, anything Bayern puts out with Thiago. So that's how it works. Camavinga is not an option. Yeah, it's not an option for us. I don't think he's ever really been an option. He was linked to Bayern, I think, because of L'Equipe. They said Bayern were also interested. I don't think we ever really had a concrete interest. I would get Camavinga too. Rennes. Hey, Rennes, I kind of like that Eduardo guy you have. Bring him over. Bring him to Moscow. I'll send you suitcase. That's Chelsea's Roman Abramovich. Yeah, bring me suitcase. I'll send you money to Moscow. Meet me in Sotomosky, Moscow. Okay, that's it. You could definitely get these players very quickly. Love this channel. Do you think Arp will get more time this year if he doesn't stop getting me his typical injuries? I don't know. Is Arp the next injury hospital? I hope he isn't. I hope he can stay fit. But at the moment, it doesn't look like he wants to stay fit, and that's a big issue for me. He'll get more injuries, not more game time. That sounds very, very. That doesn't sound good to me. 80 million for a 17-year-old is outright stupid. Not when that 17-year-old is probably the best young up-and-coming midfielder right now that could take your midfield to a whole new. He's literally he's great on the ball. He's literally the modern CDM. He protects the back four. That 17-year-old will become one of the best midfielders outright, not just CDMs, in the world in the next few years. So you're buying the future. When you spend 80 million on someone like a Lucas Hernandez, you're not losing 80 million like that. People think we lose 80 million. No, you're spending money so you can make it back later, because Lucas Hernandez will contribute to a big win. What if Lucas contributes to a big Champions League campaign? You know how much money Bayern made from this Champions League campaign? Hundreds of millions. So you're thinking about that, and the individual players. That's how business works. You spend money to make money, and in the long term. 80 million is never really spent up front either. It's not like we take 80 million out of the bank and throw it at a player. There's installments. There's Sane. It's actually 45 million euros, which could take it to 60 million euros. But it's installment. It's different add-ons and bonuses. If Sane scores 30 goals in his first 1.5 years, these are genuine clauses. If he wins the Ballon d'Or or gets top 10 in the UEFA this and that, it's another. That's it. That's how it works. What is happening with Thiago? Well, according to the sources, right, Liverpool are still interested in Thiago, right, and they want to sign him, and they want to pay 5 million. Seriously, that's genuinely true. They wanted to offer us 15 million. Bayern are going to stay very put on its price for 15 million. 30 million, so twice the 15 million mark that Liverpool want to offer. So if Liverpool don't pay the money, Manchester United look to why would Thiago go to United? It just would, unless it's for money, it'd be the stupidest transfer in football history. It's another Bastian Schweinsteiger, a player that is still in his prime, leaves, goes to a club that like United, is still in a rebuild, right? And then just wastes their time and then gets kicked out in a very stupid way. I don't want it happening to Thiago, so I don't want him going to United or Chelsea or anything stupid. I want him to go to a club like Liverpool if I could. That's actually stable. So that's it. That's it. That's it. That's what I'm thinking about. So that's all I'm thinking about with Thiago. You know what? I know he wants to leave, but it's not even about Thiago or about Bayern wanting to keep him or about contracts. It's about Liverpool. The Liverpool want to pay 30 million on a player that, look, they have Naby Keita, who they spent 60 million on, right? they have other priorities. They just signed some Wi-Fi password from Greece. Never heard of him. They did sign Wi-Fi password, and they're trying to improve their squad in a different way. So for me, what I see happening is that with Thiago, if Liverpool don't pay money, he'll stay at Bayern and leave next year on a free. But in that time span, he could be like, well, Liverpool wanted me, but they didn't pay them. That's how footballers think. They wanted me, but Sane even said it himself that it got frustrating. How long and how continuous the saga was. It gets frustrating for a player too. Imagine the club that wants you doesn't want to pay the money for you. That would get a little bit demotivating. So Thiago could be like, well, Liverpool was never my dream club, so I could just extend and retire at Bayern. So that's if Liverpool don't pay the money, which it looks like they don't want to either. So that's an interesting way of looking at it. Bayern has a great starting 11. We need effective backups. Yes, I do agree. Hey George, if they pay us more, well, I don't think they will. You know what? People are saying Bayern are demanding 30 million. What if we're demanding more? And what if that's the case? I don't know. I swear, this chair is so fragile. I'm not comfortable. Get this. I'm not comfortable here. This thing is supposed to be good for my back, but it doesn't feel good for my back. By the way, leave a like on the video. Let's get to 50 likes. And share. Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't moan about this yet. What? You're telling me that we didn't get to... that's annoying. We didn't get to 4K in August. That's irritating. So let's get to 4K. Come on. We have to get to 4K. No more waiting. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I'm about sick and tired of waiting, okay? We need to get to 4K now. I have no patience whatsoever. We need to get to 4K as soon as possible, okay? We need to get that 4K. That's the most important thing. We need to get to 4K. Look, someone literally just said Tolisso might be better than Brozovic. That's true. Do you think Bayern will make a big sign? No, absolutely not. That's the situation. So no Camavingas, none of that. No one. No, we won't be signing anyone huge this summer. Next year is going to be huge because, look, we just won the Champions League. So we don't want a similar thing in 2013 where you win the Champions League and you can't get past the semifinals anymore. We don't want that whatsoever. Next year, I want us to be in the final. I want us to be in the Champions League final, especially in front of fans. I think with 2 legs, Hansi Flick would probably benefit from that because he knows how to motivate his players for the one-off game. What about 2 games? That's going to be interesting. I think Flick has the experience from the World Cup. That's why he was able to take us to this Champions League glory. So you'd think he'd do even better in 2 legs. I want us to get to the final next year. And that's not me being a little bit greedy, arrogant. I know I want us to win the Champions League every year. I want us to. And Liverpool acts more broke than Bayern. It's true. It must be annoying to negotiate with Bayern. You're in the boardroom, or you're just at negotiations, and Bayern are offering peanuts for your player that you value at 70 million. We're offering 20 million plus 5 million in Ballon d'Or clauses. It must be irritating to negotiate with us. But it is why you see stats like Bayern starting 11 cost 80 million. Barcelona spent 140 on Coutinho. That's why we have that, because we're tough in negotiations. Just because we're a big club that have lots of money and one of the richest clubs in the world, in that top 3, top 4, does not actually mean we need to be spending astronomical transfer fees on players we shouldn't be spending money on. Bayern Munich have this incredible pull. If you're Man United, Real Madrid, you're at Liverpool now, you get this certain level of players that want to come to you, and that's normal. So the only thing is, their clubs are going to be like, well, you have money, pay us this. And Bayern are like, no, we don't have that much money either. You pay us money to buy your player. Even with Perisic gone, we have Sane, Coman, Gnabry. Not too. Yes, you should be worried, Kellen. You should absolutely be worried. Bayern Munich are known for injuries. Did we think Lucas Hernandez and Niklas Süle would get injured, pretty much in the same week? No, but they did. And we're injury FC. What if what if Davies never worked as well as he did? What if Alaba never worked as well as he did? We got a lot of coincidences working our way this season, and we always say, "Oh, let's go in and win the Champions League." But then even Colin Drummond just said it. We always had a very small squad. We always did. We wanted Sané and De Bruyne in 2016. De Bruyne wanted to join Bayern, so did Sané. But guess what? Bayern didn't want to pay the transfer fees, and still, that's something that we did. We wanted it. We wanted it to happen, but we didn't. For one reason or the other, we're always lacking in depth. We need 4 wingers. That's why we're looking at a 4th winger. I'm not happy with 3 wingers because Coman gets injured about every other week. Gnabry picks up his occasional, 1-game knock, and then he's back, and then Gnabry could get injured for 2 years and he'd come back and still be the same player because of how he's just class. He just has this hunger to score and assist. And then you get Sané, who just came back from an ACL. We need depth in that. I think Perisic was always a good one. So you really want to keep Perisic. I wouldn't mind us keeping Perisic. He's not my preference in terms of, maybe for the sentimentalism that a team needs a Croatian player to win the Champions League. That's why City can't do it. Maybe for that sentimentalism. It's almost like we're looking at crap players. Perisic, not Perisic. We're looking at players below the level we should be looking at. We just won the Champions League. You think we're looking at Sadio Mane to be our 4th choice winger, or Lionel Messi. That doesn't happen. But with Bayern right now, I think it's not enough to have 3 wingers for 2 positions. It's absolutely not enough. And then you're going to rely on a young player to come ruin their career because they're playing too early. Young players need molding. They need to 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Those minutes play a big part in their... Musiala was explaining just how privileged it was for him to, feature in a game for Bayern. That's the level of just thought process that goes in. If you get your debut and you're 2 minutes, you're going to remember that for the rest of your life. What if your debute's crap? We can't just rush these young players. So we need to, people get it wrong. Young players and youth signings aren't the same thing. When you sign Houssem Oua, who's 23 or 22, you're signing someone that's experienced. They had a different development curve than a player at Bayern Munich Academy. Okay, there's a different level of experience. When you're signing someone that's 20, let's say Sergino Dest, that's because Sergino Dest has so much more experience than someone, because they're different clubs, they're different environments. If you're at Ajax, a young player at Ajax has less pressure than a young player at Bayern, because even though, like I explained yesterday, our fans aren't going to demand a hat trick every game, but in the back of our minds, if these young players don't perform, we're automatically going to make an assumption that maybe they're not good enough. Maybe we won't be screaming it and booing them, but we'll think about it in our heads. It will happen. If a player has a lot of crap games, you'll start thinking maybe they're just not good enough. And you're thinking about that. What about them? What if they have a bad game? Do you think they're not thinking, damn, I might be crap? And that's it. We don't need to rush young players. Brozovic, not needed. Tolisso is enough. Ryan Edwards, I can't read that. You need some grammar. They have done their big signing in Leroy Sané, and that's true. That's the big guy. That was supposed to be the signing, and we did. Would love if we got Leon Bailey. I wouldn't mind it either. I don't know why Peter Griffin at Leverkusen doesn't play him. I don't know why. It's just really weird because he plays Dembélé and Bellarabi over. Dembélé's actually good. Bellarabi's the one that's crap. Bellarabi over Leon Bailey. That's a little bit weird. I don't care if he has fitness issues, attitude issues. You better play him. No wonder he has attitude issues. You're playing these bums over Leon Bailey. So Rashica would be good. He would be good. Milat Rashica. He has that, unlock the defense pass in him. He also has the unlock the defense shot in him. I think he would add what Coutinho added. He's not the fast, raw pace winger like Coman. And, we don't have that in Rashica. You would get someone that's a little bit small. They can do the little cute skills. You know what? I wouldn't mind a Brazilian. Just buy a random regen Brazilian of Ronaldinho. Please. One day I want Bayern to have that type of player. Someone that just plays like Ronaldinho, or just Neymar. I want that type of play. I want it so bad. You don't know how bad I want it. Someone that I want to watch just on the ball. Like when you watch Neymar, I get so jealous because we don't have a player that's doing rainbow flicks over people. It just doesn't happen. I want Ronaldinho, and it's just for the, how fun it is to watch Neymar play. It's fun watching him versus Atalanta. As much as I didn't want PSG to win, Neymar was running the show. This guy had the most dribbles in a single Champions League game against one of the most higher pressing teams in the whole competition. Come on. Coutinho is not a Ronaldinho. What are you talking about? Coutinho is the opposite. Coutinho's never been like Ronaldinho. Someone fun to watch. He's never been like that. Phil Coutinho has never been that type of player. He's Brazilian, so people assume he's Ronaldinho and Neymar. Coutinho isn't that. Gabriel Veron is Fred. Thank you so much for that name, because now I'm just gonna. Hey, I just want a joker. I want a joker. Davies is fun to watch. I want those types of energies in the team. This is why Arsenal want. Okay, Arsenal want him. Okay, he wears the number 7. Damn it, Coutinho. Okay, don't think I won't be watching comps and start tweeting about him. Oh yeah, by the way, follow my Twitter. Links in the description. I tweet a lot. I'm trying to up my anti-Dortmund propaganda, and it's working. I'm really on this triggering Dortmund fans thing. I think I'm coming out with a big tweet today. Yeah, I'm coming out with big tweets. Also, actually, I won't tell you my personal Instagram. If you want to know it, it's on the BayernNow Instagram. But I'm doing a series where it's called. I don't need to do all that. Neymar flops more than Ronaldinho. You can call BVB fans SJ. I do call them SJWs. They just cry about everything. We need Kabalnik. He is worth 7 mil. Yeah, I think you did tell me about that on Twitter. I think I don't know too much about him. This is why I love this community. You just bring me these random Wi-Fi password names that I never heard of, but they could be good players. And maybe in 7 years, someone will come back to this video and go, wow, this guy didn't know. And yeah, so I'm happy that you know so many players that don't play in the Bund. Because look, I only really care about the Bund. I'm not watching in the Premier League, and maybe I don't really watch Ajax that much, even though I claim to do. But I watch them on occasions. I watch the Eredivisie, so not Eredivisie. I'm gonna watch Groningen a lot too. I'm gonna watch Groningen. Why, George? Why did you become a Groningen fan overnight? It's almost like someone important went there. Yeah, I'm gonna watch these teams, but I won't be watching the Indian Super League. I won't be watching even the MLS. I won't be watching the Liga. I won't be watching the Brasileiro Serie A. I won't be watching the Chilean League. I won't be watching the Chinese Super League. I won't be watching the Ukrainian Premier League. I won't be watching the Russian Premier League. I won't be watching the Belarusian Super League. I won't be watching any of these leagues. So if you know a player that is good, and please don't take my tweets too seriously, the whole goal is to. I'm a troll. This channel was just started because I wanted to be a troll. I wanted to just promote Bayern Munich as much as I possibly could as the best team of all time. I'm a troll. I've always been a troll. Nothing I say is ever serious unless I have a straight face, then it makes sense. Verratti or Thiago, who is better? Yeah, it would be Thiago. I think we're towards the end of the video. Thank you everyone so much. Let's get to 50 likes. I appreciate everyone that tuned in today. Woo! I don't want to work out. Well, God, why is there a workout class in the morning? That early in the morning. Oh my goodness, does class not start at, isn't it 12? Goodness gracious. Oh no, it's 7 and 8. Yeah, I'm fine. Yes. Okay, 11:45, so in an hour from now. You think we should buy Perisic for 15 million? We should. heard Dortmund is hunting for you. Yeah, look, I want Dortmund to be an ambitious club so we can have a more exciting title challenge from them instead of them being, Dasani water with their bottles. But yeah, I'm not late. I'm not late. But thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia san Mia and peace. And this, oh my god, you tell it. Why does nothing work today? It's almost like everything just finds its moment. Like, look at this light. Now it's all of a sudden fine. But, what? Life doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. Robbie, when will it ever end? They have TV. When will it end?